What's up, y'all? Welcome to another For the Culture Friday. So I wanted to cover a few different topics. The first topic I wanted to cover, of course, is the Megan Thee Stallion documentary. So if you didn't know, it aired on Amazon Prime, I believe, Halloween night. So I watched it, and I wanted to give you guys a few of my takes from it. And of course, let me preface this video with I am a fan of Megan Thee Stallion. I love her music. I enjoy her energy, and I want her to win. I don't have any ill will towards her whatsoever. So we all know about the infamous Tory Lanez and Megan Thee Stallion shooting case and how he's now serving 10 years in prison because of the situation that occurred. I feel like Megan got a lot of backlash for that shooting because of the people who were Tory Lanez fans, and only because they weren't fans of her. Watching this documentary gave me a new perspective on it. And I think that where Megan Thee Stallion went wrong at in this whole situation is that she lied. Not necessarily that she lied about what happened to her, because she was always forthcoming about that. She lied about the intimacy of their relationship. Why is that important? I'll tell you why. In my opinion, even if it wasn't to negate what he did do as far as the assault or, with him shooting her in the foot and stuff like that, it doesn't negate that. But once you lie about one particular detail of a situation, automatically you're a liar about everything. So how can we believe you that this was done to you, or that he's the one that did it to you, if you lied about the depths of your relationship with him? We did know that she was assaulted. She was shot in the foot. The evidence was there. She had bullet fragments. She had to go through surgery. So nobody ever said that she didn't get shot. And if the people that did say that, they're idiots, because it's clear she got shot. I think that where it was like a miscommunication is who did it. So I feel like had she not lied about what their relationship entailed, then maybe she wouldn't have gotten as much backlash as she did. Now, of course, there was always going to be naysayers. No matter what you do and who you are, there are always going to be people that are negative, or who don't like you, or who just want to rebuttal everything that you come up with. But I think for that particular instance, she was wrong. The other instance she was wrong is that she betrayed her best friend as far as sleeping with him. If she was the one dealing with him first, why would you go behind her back, whether you were drunk or not? And I understand she was grieving. She had just lost her mom. She had a lot of stuff going on, and this isn't to take away from that. But that was still an act of betrayal on Megan's behalf. So for those two reasons, she was wrong. Now, where the best friend was wrong, because I don't see a lot of people speaking on this, she was wrong because regardless of if Megan betrayed you in that regard, if you witnessed something that could have potentially killed her, or a violent act in general, you should have spoken up about it, no matter what the relationship was with the other party. You should have spoken up about it. Put yourself in her shoes. If it was you, you would want her to speak up about it. Now, Kelsey really hasn't spoken too much about clarifying the incidents of that night. I think in her mind, and again, it's a speculation, maybe she felt like, well, if she would go as far as betray me and sleep with him behind my back, how would I know that if the shoe was on the other foot that she would speak up for me or come forward for me? That's the only thing I can say as to why she would not, speak on it. I think her way of trying to stay neutral was not to speak on it at all. But for that reason, I feel like she was wrong, because if you witnessed that and he did that, regardless of if, this is your man, he still committed a violent act, and he should have consequences for that. So I'm also a Tory Lanez fan. So on the other side of the token, I hate that he's in prison for 10 years. We are going to miss his music in the industry. But when you commit an act, as heinous as that was, you do deserve the consequences. Now, 10 years is definitely a stretch. I feel like that was what was the travesty, is the amount of time he got. But it was also because he should not have had a gun to begin with. And I think a lot of people lose sight of that. He didn't go to prison just strictly because he shot Megan Thee Stallion. He went to prison because he was not supposed to have a gun, and he did. And it was loaded. And because everybody openly admitted to the fact that they were drinking, that could have went a totally different way. what's weird is, and who we should be saying what's going on, is the driver, because the driver was the other party that witnessed everything, and they dropped off the face of the earth. So that is what was weird. I think we blame Kelsey a lot. We blame Megan a lot. We don't give Tory enough reason to take accountability. I feel like we love his music, and he does no wrong in our eyes, that he shouldn't be punished for what he did, and that's not fair either. Think about if it was your sister or your mother or your aunt or somebody in your family, how would you feel? If Megan had done it to him, we want Megan to face charges and be punished for what she did. So it's the same thing. Ultimately, a gun was fired, she was shot, and thankfully it didn't end fatally, or it didn't end with her becoming paralyzed or brain dead or all these other serious consequences. Luckily, it was in her foot. It could have ended her career, as she mentioned in the documentary. And I don't think that before watching it, I don't think I thought that far. Like, oh my God, this lady dances, she does choreography, and we love her for that. Megan fans love her for the fact that she can really dance. So what if it had permanently injured her and now she can't dance anymore, So sometimes we don't think about the seriousness of the things we do until it's too late. So I think that, again, Megan shouldn't have lied about their relationship, the depths of their relationship, or the dynamics of the relationship. I think she should have just been honest from the beginning. She had a lot of people on her side and praising her, and even her ex-boyfriend Partisan Fontaine, she had him defending her openly, and the whole time, you had slept with him. So I think that is not the most important aspect of the case. The case is still, she was harmed. But if you lied about that part of the case, which sheds light on what could have happened or why it happened the way it did, you shouldn't have lied about that. A lot of people bash Nicki Minaj for speaking on it, during their beef, and ultimately she did lie. She did lie to Gayle King. She did lie on her mom's grave, and all of these things, people you have to take accountability for that part. So in one part of the documentary, I felt like, Megan played the victim, and I feel like, you didn't really apologize for the way that you handled Kelsey, and you didn't apologize for the fact that you had betrayed her. Yes, you may have had your feelings, and nobody's saying that you shouldn't have your feelings, but it's not to say that their feelings are invalid either. So I think for that reason, I kind of looked at her a little sideways, like, okay, yeah, you did get hurt, but you also did do these things that were wrong too. So you can't want your stuff to be forgiven, but you're not willing to take accountability for what you did to others. And it shouldn't be taken like, oh, well, yeah, I did it because I was drunk and it was only 2 times or whatever, and I was grieving. That doesn't matter. Wrong is wrong and right is right. You want us to believe you, then you should have been honest and forthcoming. So that was pretty much my take on it. I think the production on it was really well. We got to see different sides. I wish that we could have gotten a little bit more from her manager, T. Ferris. I do like that she incorporated the animations throughout it, because everybody knows Megan is a big anime fan. So I did enjoy it. It didn't answer a lot of questions that we didn't already know. The biggest thing was that, she did own up to lying to Gayle King about the purpose of her and Tory's relationship. So if you're looking for any hidden gems, besides that, is nothing more that you need to watch it, because the facts of the case are still what we've known them to be. But like I said, it was an interesting watch, because we got to see how she felt, and I do feel bad for her. My heart goes out to her because of the amount of trauma that she had to endure throughout all of this, losing her mom, and then that happened to her, and then, the way that the public just humiliated her and kind of alienated her. I am glad that she's kind of, rising again, and she's in her element, and I do really, really, really enjoy her work ethic. And the looks. Every look Megan had in that documentary served. The girl, her looks, whoever does her glam and her hair, A1. So I want to give her a shout out to that. And, you know, I hope that she continues to rise above this and that, you know, someday she's able to really put it behind her and just continue to thrive and live life. But that's my take on it. Let me know if you've watched it and what your opinion is on it in the comments. And until next time.